Welcome back, party people. We are officially in the home stretch, and you should have just completed the body of your scarf. Yay! So I've just completed the 125th row in the body of the scarf section, and I've turned my work. Really quickly, before we begin the next section, we're just going to double check that we're facing the side that we want to be facing. So how we'll check this is if you lay your scarf out, I've folded mine a couple times just due to its length, but if you look at this first tail end that we created and look at the furthermost left and right sides, they should be purl stitches on the most further right and left sides. This is the side of our scarf that we're considering the back side. So for this next section, you want to make sure, like I said, your furthermost left and right sides of the first tail end are reflecting these purl stitches. If for some reason you are facing the other side, all you would do is just complete one more row to make sure you're also facing this side that we want to be facing for the second tail end of our scarf. All right, now that we have that confirmed, let's begin this second tail end of our scarf. And this second tail end will essentially mirror the first tail end. So, since we're mirroring the first tail end, what we'll actually want to do is begin this second tail end with a purl 2 followed by knit 2. We're revisiting our old 2x2 rib pattern friend, except since we're mirroring, we're beginning with a purl 2. All right, yarn moves back, and then we'll proceed with a knit 2. Back around front, purl 2. All right, now please proceed with this first row in the second tail end section with the purl 2 knit 2 pattern, and we'll come back together before we begin the second row in this section. All right, I'm now just finishing up with 2 purl stitches for the first row in the second tail end section. Now let's turn our work as we always do. Now, just like in the first tail end section, we'll be alternating what we begin each new row with. So for the second row in this section, we'll begin with the knit 2 followed by purl 2 knit 2 purl 2 knit 2. There's my knit 2. Now purl 2. Now, please proceed with this second row in this section in the knit 2 purl 2 pattern. I'm now finishing up the second row in the second tail end section with a knit 2. Great job. Now, once again, we would just turn our scarf over and proceed with the third row now, but this time with the purl 2 knit 2 purl 2 knit 2. All right, now I want you to complete 20 rows in this section like we've just mentioned in the 2x2 rib pattern and by alternating what you begin each new row with. Once again, as always, we are knitting the knits and purling the purls in this section, so if you ever just want to set your scarf aside or maybe lose track of what you're doing, all you'll have to do is just look at the stitch immediately below the one you're working. As you can see in this section only, not looking at the body of the scarf, just this new section, these 2 stitches here would be purls, and then we move over and we see braided loop-like stitches immediately below, so we know that's a knit. And once again, you can count the amount of rows in a particular section just by counting the amount of knit stitches you have in a single column. The final row that you complete in this section should be a knit 2, followed by purl 2, knit 2, purl 2 for your 20th row in this section. All right, we are in the home stretch like I said, so please finish up this section and we'll come back together to cast off.